In this video, I'm going to look at finding the mean or average of this data in this frequency table. Now, normally in a frequency table, we'd just be able to take our scores or our class, multiply it by the frequency, and then get the total of those and use that to find our mean. But we can't do that when we have grouped data, which we have here in this frequency table. So we're going to use basically the law of averages, because we don't know what number is here. We know that we have 5 numbers between 60 and 70, but we don't actually know what they are. We know we have 10 numbers between 80 and 90, but again, we don't know what they are. So we want to find the class center, because that basically gives us the average of those values that are in our class intervals. So we want to find the center, or the average of 60 and 70, which the average of 60 and 70, or the middle of it, 60 and 70, is 65. Middle of 70 and 80 is 75. The middle of 80 and 90 is 85. And then we have 95. Then we have 105. And then we have 115. 115. Okay. Then we want to use these as if they were our scores. So we want to have our XF column, which is our score times our frequency, but we're wanting to treat these as our scores. So effectively this is X. Okay, so we're wanting to do 5 times 65, and that is going to be 325. 7 times 75, which is 525. 10 times 85, which is 850. 12 times 95, which is 1140. 8 times 105, which is 840. So times those, and then 3 times 115 gives us 345. And then we want to add those up, as we would normally do now that we have our XF column. So we basically want to add all of these numbers coming down the side here to get us the sum of XF. And that gives us 4025. Okay. Now what we need to do is use that value we've just calculated and our formula, which is that our mean is the sum of XF, or all of the total of all of our scores, divided by how many we have, which is our sum of F. So we have 4025 divided by 45. And that comes out to give us that our mean, which denoting X bar, is 89.44. So our center of our data is at 89.44, which we can more or less tell considering we have an reasonably even distribution of the low numbers and the high number, and a nice even in the middle. So we have 89.44, so that looks correct.